Hi, this is Pearl and welcome to my channel. Today I have week 36 of my 2020 Project Life album here for you today. I am using the Felicity Jane Grace kit. She does give journaling cards in her subscription, and I'm going to be using that as well as cutting up some 12 by 12 to make some 4 by 6 cards because she only gives 3 by 4 cards. And as you can see here, I have some spaces that need to be filled with 4 by 6. So I'm using my Caterpillar Crop Pro. I love this paper trimmer. It's so precise. Um, and I'll have all of the items that I mentioned linked down below. So I did cut some 4 by 6 pieces because I need to put photos on some of them, and one of them I'm just going to stamp on. And then I'm going through the 3 by 4 cards that she gave in the kit, and I'm trying to decide where to put the filler cards and where to put the journaling cards. And that just depends on what I'm journaling. Now usually I print and cut the Studio Calico print and cut labels, but because I've been taking less pictures, I have more room for journaling, so I have not been doing that as of late. Ever since COVID started, I noticed that I'm taking less pictures. I guess there's only so many pictures you can take while at home, but I'm going to start challenging myself to take some more everyday photos, just so that I can have at least 7 or 8 photos per layout moving forward. So this first picture is of my daughter on her Chromebook, and the schools provided Chromebooks for these kids. I'm looking at the stamp set that came with this kit, and there's a stamp that says this is what blank looks like. So I'm going to use that, and I am going to use a white eraser against it because I want to take off all the debris that's on there, and that makes it give a really clean stamp image. And for this one I'm using the VersaFine ink. It's so crisp and it's just amazing what this VersaFine can do. So I use that in the black onyx this time, and when I'm doing the dates I like to use the VersaFine Morning Mist, which is a gray color. So I'm using my favorite roller adhesive, which is the Kokyo adhesive. It's made in Japan, and I'm using the Zebra Sarasa Vintage Dark Gray pen to write kindergarten in between this is what and looks like. And I just date stamp that again. And I'm going to put a label on this photo, and I wanted to put it on top, but that would make it pop off the top, so I just put it off to the side. In retrospect, I wish I had stamped something on that label, so I may go back and do that at a future date. Retrospectively, 2020, everything is 2020, right? So I had printed these photos out on my Epson PM400, and I can't get the borders to be even when I print 2 3x4s on a 4x6. I've tried different apps, but I need to figure out how to move or make the middle border thicker so that they can be even all around the photo, so that the border can be even all around the photo. In any case, on this photo of my kids, I have them all lined up. Their desks are all against the wall. I am using the alphas that came with the Grace kit. It's this mint green, and I'm spelling out online school. And I just wrote on a label that I had cut out from the Grace kit, because the Grace kit came with a 12 by 12 sheet full of labels, and I fussy cut them all out. And I just wrote first day of school, and I put the date on there using the VersaFine Morning Mist, which is the gray ink. And I'm just going to leave it like that for that particular photo. I am cutting the edge of the label so that it interacts with the bottom of the photo, and I'm using my Tim Holtz scissors, which are amazing, amazing. I've been scrapbooking for 25 years now, so I've gone through many tools to find out which ones I like the best. So on this one that says top 5, it's numbered, or it says the numbers 1 through 5, and 1 I wrote Playdate, 2 Friends Since Babes, 3 Swimming, 4 Water Slide, and 5 Snacks. So on the bottom photo is of my third child at one of his best friend's house, and I wrote, Megan invited the boys to socialize after school. Uni had a blast. So I'm using one of the labels that I fussy cut, and I'm just going to stamp the date on there using my VersaFine Morning Mist with my Felicity Jane roller date stamp. I am going to put a die cut that has a star on there to link the label with the photo on the bottom of that. You'll see that I moved the heart with the graph paper behind it to the right hand side and moved the top 5 to the left hand side. Also, I'm going to number the title card, which is always my left 3x4 card, and I'm going to put 36 on there as well. Now this bottom photo is of my kids sleeping, and the reason I took this photo is because my daughter's actually sleeping in her own bed. What? Every year she says on her next birthday she's going to sleep in her own bed every night. Yeah, well, I can tell you that hasn't really happened. So I take another label that I had fussy cut and I wrote, Kai slept in her own bed and had her PJ top off due to the heat, and I'm going to date stamp that. I do end up taking one of the tags that came with the photo, and this photo is kind of busy, but I went ahead and used a tag anyway, so I'm going to take crochet thread and I'm just going to tie a bow to the top of this tag. After I do that, I'm just going to adhere it to the left-hand side of the photo just to break it up a little bit, you know. And after I do that, that's when I put the 36 on the left-hand side of the photo. Now, I'm trying to decide how I'm going to do my Project Life album in 2021, especially since I think the kids are going to be staying here at home doing online schooling for the rest of the school year, because I don't think COVID is going to be, I don't know. I am pessimistically trying to be optimistic. Does that does that work? But I don't think my kids are going back to school, at least physical school, this entire school year. So I am trying to figure out how I'm going to do my next Project Life album, because I am not taking as many photos, if you know what I mean. So if you guys have any suggestions for me, please let me know down below, or please comment down below how you're doing your Project Life album. I would love to know the different ways everyone is recording their Project Life. So I'm moving on to this picture of my son. It's got a picture of him. He's got his gaming headphones on, but they use their headphones for school. And this top photo is of the boys that my kids have been social distancing with, our family friends. We have two families that we've been social distancing with, and they came over because the fathers and sons are doing a fantasy football together, which I think is so fun. I think this is their third year doing it. So I am using the alphas that came with this kit, and I'm spelling out football on the right hand side of the photo. And this is the littles. There's 4 of them. They are not part of the fantasy football, so they were sitting up on the counter in our pool area, and they all had their electronics and were playing together, and I just think that is so cute. So I have that picture of them, and then all the big boys, well, some of the littles were in the pool too, and I have a picture of them all in our swimming pool after they did all their fantasy football picks. So this is so exciting because this helps the sons and fathers watch football together, and then they trash talk each other by texting everyone. I think there's a group text that goes on between fathers and sons for every football game. So I love that there's all that interaction there. So on this library card that says date and details, I'm going to stamp the date using the VersaFine Morning Mist. And then this is what I wrote. Uni could not log into Google Classroom for the first 3 days, so he just hung out. Literally, he was so happy that he didn't have to do school while his siblings were doing school, but he still couldn't do electronics because it was a school day, so he just kind of hung out. But we finally got his logon corrected, and now he has to keep up with school and go back and do all the work he missed. Not fun. That was not fun for mommy either, because I had to listen to him. On the last journaling card, I wrote, Nancy Moody has been going through chemo. Rose and I decided to pay her a visit, and I'm so glad we did. And that's that bottom photo. And then I took a stamp that says Bloom and stamped that onto the 4x6 card. And there you have it. That is my week 36 of my Project Life album. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoy this type of video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.